my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
You'd think after all she's been through, Teyana Taylor would finally find peace. A man who treats her right, a little stability, and a fresh chapter for her and her daughter. But just when it seemed like things were finally turning in her favor, out comes the one person no one expected, Aaron Pierre's ex-girlfriend. And she's not just angry. She's on a mission. And what she's saying about Aaron? It's the kind of stuff that can flip everything upside down. It started with one post, a cryptic tweet from a private account. No name, no photos, just words that slice through the timeline like a knife. He used me for years. Now he's using her. Y'all are too blind to see it. That one tweet spread like wildfire. People started digging, connecting dots. And before long, blogs were buzzing with whispers that Aaron's former long-term partner, the one he never publicly talked about, had finally broken her silence. They had history. Real history. She was with him when he was still hustling for auditions, barely getting callbacks, bouncing between roles that never made the final cut. She paid rent when his acting money didn't come through. She was there when no one knew. His name when red carpets were just dreams and scripts sat unopened on kitchen tables. She wasn't just his girlfriend, she was his day one. And now? She's the woman he left behind the moment Teyana Taylor entered the frame. For months, she stayed quiet. Maybe out of pain, maybe out of dignity. But everyone has a breaking point. And when she saw Aaron holding Teyana's daughter in public, playing stepdad for the cameras, that was it. She couldn't stay silent anymore. Because according to her, what the world sees, the sweet, supportive boyfriend, the loving father figure, is just a carefully curated lie. In a voice note leaked to a blog, she didn't hold back. You could hear the tremble in her voice. Part heartbreak, part fury. She said, Teyana's just a tool to him. She doesn't even know the real Aaron. The one who lies, the one who manipulates, the one who told me he wasn't ready for kids, then turns around and plays daddy on Instagram. That clip alone sent shockwaves through social media, and before anyone could even verify its source, fans were already picking sides. Some called her bitter. Others said she was finally telling the truth everyone was too scared to admit. But it wasn't just her voice that caused the stir, it was what she claimed next. She said Aaron was strategic, that everything he does is planned. He doesn't fall in love. He attaches himself to powerful women, uses them to level up, then moves on once he gets what he needs. She said Teyana is just the latest move in a long game he's been playing for years. According to her, he once told her flat out, "In this industry, it's not about talent, it's about who you're seen with." The accusation hit like a punch, because it didn't just question Aaron's loyalty, it questioned his entire character. Was the love he showed Teyana real, or just a carefully staged performance? Was he truly building a future with her and Junie, or just riding the wave of her fame to boost his own? It was the kind of claim that makes you rethink every public moment. The red carpet hand-holding, the stepdad gestures, the way he stayed by Teyana's side during her divorce drama. Was it all sincere or calculated? Teyana didn't say anything at first. She stayed silent, which only fueled more speculation. But insiders close to her said she was shaken, that she didn't see it coming, that someone had to physically stop her from calling Aaron's ex directly because she was ready to demand answers, woman to woman. She needed to know, was any of it true? And while Teyana wrestled with that storm privately, the internet was eating up every second of the drama. TikTokers pulled up old interviews. One clip resurfaced where Aaron talked about the importance of timing in relationships. Some users now claim he was hinting at jumping ship from his ex to Teyana at just the right moment. Reddit threads exploded with theories. People who said they knew the ex personally dropped comments like, "She's not lying, we've known," about Aaron's two-faced behavior for years. Others defended him, saying maybe she was just heartbroken and lashing out. But then came the second blow. Screenshots. Allegedly from Aaron's ex, showing old texts. In one message, he wrote, "You're everything I need, but this other path might be bigger for both of us. Don't hate me for choosing my future." Another read, "You'll understand one day." I have to do what's best for my career. Those messages weren't dated, and critics say they could have been faked, but the damage was already done. People started to believe that maybe, just maybe, this wasn't a simple love story. Maybe Aaron didn't fall for Teyana out of passion, but out of ambition. And the scariest part? Teyana may have truly believed this was her safe space. After everything with Iman, years of love turned cold, heartbreak behind the scenes, and a divorce that took its toll, she found someone who felt like peace. Someone who didn't come with baggage, who said the right things, who seemed to adore not just her, but her daughter too. And now she's hearing that maybe the entire thing was a facade. Friends say she cried for days, not just over the rumors, but over the fear that her daughter was once again being caught in the middle of grown-up chaos. Junie had already been through so much with the Iman split. And now, here comes another man, this time, possibly pretending to be the good guy, only to break her mother's heart all over again. Aaron stayed quiet for a while. Too quiet. The kind of silence that makes people wonder what you're hiding. And then, almost like clockwork, his PR team stepped in. A cold, perfectly polished statement dropped into inboxes across gossip sites and news outlets. Aaron Pierre denies all allegations of manipulation and exploitation. He remains focused on his relationship and wishes peace for everyone involved. But that wasn't enough. Because behind the scenes, people were talking, quietly, privately, and not in Aaron's favor. One source close to his inner circle whispered to a blogger, "Aaron's panicking. He never thought this would come out. He underestimated how much she was holding back." Meanwhile, Teyana was slipping into isolation. No events, no flashy posts, no couple selfies, just her and Junie staying low. She wasn't answering calls from mutual friends. And when one close friend asked if she was okay, all she said was, "I feel played. And I feel stupid." That was the heartbreak behind her silence. Not just betrayal, but shame. Because she let this man into her home, into her life, into her child's life. And now she didn't know what was real anymore. Had he ever loved her? Had he just been using her to climb the ladder? And just when people thought the situation couldn't possibly get messier, when the dust seemed like it might finally settle, it exploded all over again. A new bombshell dropped. This time it came in the form of an old voice memo. Leaked by an ex, the audio featured none other than Aaron himself. The sound quality was rough, like it had been pulled from a forgotten phone or a hidden archive. But the voice? Unmistakable. "You know what I need," he said. "I need someone who opens doors, someone who levels me up. I don't have time for emotions anymore." Within hours, the clip went viral. Social media lit up. Comments flooded timelines. What had once been whispers of suspicion became loud, collective outrage. The narrative shifted overnight. This wasn't just about heartbreak or a messy custody battle anymore. This started to look like a pattern. A man who seemed to treat relationships like stepping stones. A man who measured women not by who they were, but by what they could do for him. Strategic. Calculated. Cold. And just like that, the spotlight swung back to Teyana. The world was watching her now, not as a mother or artist, but as a woman caught in the crossfire. Would she defend Aaron? Would she distance herself? Would she ignore it altogether or finally speak her truth? She didn't post a polished statement. No PR team-crafted words. No grand declarations. Instead, she went live, late at night, unannounced. The screen lit up to reveal her sitting on the floor, hoodie pulled tight, no makeup, no filters, just raw vulnerability. Her voice was shaky, her eyes tired. "Y'all ever been so wrong about somebody?" she asked quietly. "That you feel like you lost a part of yourself?" She didn't mention Aaron's name. She didn't need to. The pain in her voice said everything. And then came the line that stopped viewers in their tracks. "I let someone into my child's life thinking he'd protect her. Turns out he was just protecting his own image." With those words, the illusion shattered. No gossip site, no trending topic, no viral clip could capture what that moment truly was. A mother reckoning with betrayal and the cost of trusting the wrong person. A warning, a confession, a breaking, point. And the world, it listened in silence. She didn't cry on camera, but the pain was in her voice. Every pause, every crack in her tone spoke louder than tears ever could. For fans who had watched Teyana weather so many storms, from Iman's betrayal to constant public scrutiny, this moment felt like the final straw. It wasn't just heartbreak. It was exhaustion, disbelief, a quiet kind of devastation. And Aaron? He responded in the most tone-deaf way possible. A smug selfie, paired with the caption, "Let truth speak louder than noise." No context. No clarity. Just deflection. The post flopped instantly. The comment section turned into a battlefield. Followers, fans, even neutral observers demanded answers. Some begged for accountability. Others just wanted a sign that he cared. But he went silent. No explanation. No remorse. Just vanished behind his own ego. Now everything hangs in the balance. Is Teyana truly done with him? Has Aaron burned a bridge he can't rebuild? Can his career, with all its momentum, survive a scandal that cuts this deep? One thing is certain. This isn't just tabloid drama. This is a story about what happens when lies catch up, when love turns into regret, and when the truth finally breaks through the noise. Because when a woman who once defended you starts speaking out, when she exposes the side of you the world wasn't meant to see, people pay attention, and in the spotlight, every move matters. Every silence, every post, every misstep carries weight. This is no longer just about image. It's about character. And Aaron's next move? It won't just shape his reputation, it might define it. Because once the mask falls, there's no putting it back on.